I thought I'm kind of cozy right now. I'm so comfortable. So I moved my laptop here and said I'll just do the video right here from my favorite recliner. So, I want to talk tonight a little bit about hair-etiquette, and that is hair etiquette, and that's my term for it. And there is hair etiquette, and a lot of people don't abide by the old rules of not necessarily don't ask, don't tell, just kind of the things that are appropriate and not appropriate to say to someone about their hair. Doesn't matter what race, culture, natural, relaxed, there are just some things. We'll get into that in a minute. First, I want to talk very extremely briefly about my hairstyle today. I went to work like this. Um, the good thing about working at a university and working in the university system is that so many people who work in the university system we're kind of artsy fartsy. So we play by different rules. So in the corporate world, I am fully aware that I probably would not be able to come to work with a hat on like this, especially in human resources, that's what I do. It's my career. Um, so I'm kind of grateful for that because I decided when I woke up to this morning and it was raining that it was going to be a moisturizing conditioning type of day. So what I did was I spread some of my creamy moisturizer in my hair, Shea Moisture, sealed it with some argan oil, and then I cornrowed it. So you can see it's cornrowed. And I put a little castor oil in the parts, and then I covered it with a plastic cap. Yes, I did. And then put on top of that this hat, and I left out some bangs. Just twisted them up and then untwisted them when I got to work with some more castor oil and moisturizer. And I'm going to preface this story with 17 months. It's been about 16 and 3/4 months, I guess, since I actually cut my hair. And here's a quick length check. Not sure if it should be longer than this. It's not quite 2 years, but I don't know. I'm happy with it because it's healthy. And from the post that you saw, the last post or the post before where I was afraid of breakage, I have none. So I'm really happy about that. When I'm pulling on my hair, I think the moisturizing treatments that I've done this week or that I've continued to do this week, especially with the cap on and everything, when I get home, that's the first thing I do is like twist up or plait up my hair for the night and put my plastic cap on. I think that's really helped with my hair. So that's what I've been doing. I kind of have a date on Sunday, and it's kind of sweet. It's the first time I've actually been on a date, I think, in, I don't know, like 2 years. So I have no idea what I'm going to do with my hair. I'm going to have to get on YouTube and look at some of you guys' hairstyles and things like that and see if I want to twist it up, if I want to have it like twisted and then do a twist out, if I want to just keep wearing it up like I do in my protective style. I don't know. We'll see. I might do another video about that. Okay, so without making this video way too long, I want to get into my story. First, I want to start with hair etiquette and why am I like, I'm going to blog about it too. So check out my blog, www.askmeaboutmyhair.blogspot.com, all one word. And friend me, like me, subscribe to my blog, and read about some of my crazy things and some of the things that I do. I keep glancing over at yeah, well, you know. So, not like timing myself or anything like that. Either way, I want to start with a story, and this happened to me maybe 4 or 5 years ago, probably. I can't believe how fast time goes by. I was in my previous place of employment, and my sister came to visit me, and I have to say my sister is gorgeous. She is a beautiful young lady. I love that girl. So she came to visit me, and of course she came in with her beautiful long hair. Whether it's all hers or not is irrelevant, although at the time I'm pretty sure that she was wearing some type of weave in her hair. Not to say that when she doesn't have a weave in, her hair is not beautiful, because it is. She came in and she was in my office, my office, talking to me, in my office, and my coworker comes in. And you know, when you work with someone long enough, you start to get comfortable with the person. And so sometimes it's okay to say certain things to that person or in front of that person that you might not normally say to somebody else. So with this coworker, we were kind of comfortable with each other, but I'm not sure if we were this comfortable either way. It's my sister and not me. So she came in and she's like, "Hey, Jeanette, how are you? You know, whatever. How's everything going? You know, I'm sorry to interrupt you guys, but I just have to ask, you know, is that your real hair? It's so beautiful. Is it all yours?" Yeah, she did. So, my sister and I kind of like glanced at each other real quick, as in, you know, as if to say to each other, "Oh Lord, here we go again," you know? And my sister, I can't even remember if she said yes or no. I can't remember because I was so livid at the fact that this woman had the nerve to walk into my office. My office, while I was talking to my sister in my office. Mine, and ask if the girl's hair was real. I'm sorry, I don't even remember where I was, but I do remember how irritated I was that my coworker thought it was okay to come in there and ask my sister if her hair was real. I was not okay with that. So, to make a long story short, if it's not already too late, my sister left, went on about her business. She was just stopping by to say hey. And my coworker comes in my office and she's like, "I'm sorry, I just, you know, I had to ask. I just had to know." As if her coming in and saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry," you know, it was just because I had to know, made it okay. And I looked at her and I was like, you know what? It's not okay. It is absolutely not okay that you ask me or my sister if our hair is real. I said it's rude and it's inappropriate. I was like, let me help you understand a little bit more so that you don't go back and say, "Oh, you know, angry black woman, you guys just don't like anybody asking you about your hair." Let me just help you understand by giving a similar situation. So I look at her and I was like, for a 65, 70-year-old woman, you have got the perkiest breasts that I've ever seen. Are those yours? Are they real? Or did you have like your breasts done when you got to a certain age and it started sagging? And she kind of, you know, looked at me. She was taken aback, and I was like, "I'm sorry. It's so similar to what you're asking my sister, because it's part of us. It's my hair. It's her hair. Those are your breasts, I'm assuming." And for somebody to walk up to you and say, "Oh my God, you know, are those your real breasts?" It's the same thing of you walking up to me or my sister saying, "Oh my God, is your hair real?" I said, not only that, you preface it with, "Your hair looks so nice. Is it real?" So what you're telling me is that you can't possibly believe that a black woman like me can have nice hair without it being fake. That's offensive. I'm very offended. All right. So before I get into angry black woman mode, let me just go ahead and share the recent story of why I decided to write this blog. And I'm going to share it on my Facebook page, and I hope that a lot of the people that know me see it and read it and actually, live by it, and never ask a woman, black, white, Hispanic again, if their hair is real, because it really is none of your business. So I'm at work, and I'm going into the kitchen because I'm hungry and I want my lunch. So one of my coworkers stops me, and she's a special one. I feel she's a little special, but that's fine. So she stops me. She's like, "Hey, girl," she's like, "your hair looks really nice today." And I was like, "Okay, thanks," you know, because this was around the holidays or right before our holiday break, when I decided to try the tension blowout method. And even though I blow dried my hair and then I had stretched it out some, I was still wearing it in a protective updo because, you know, I didn't want to blow dry it and then like have it out, flouncing it around, breaking it off, you know, all that kind of stuff. It was basically I want to try this method of blow drying out to see how it will work, and then maybe later on, sometime in the future, I'll try it out and then whatever. Anyway, my hair was pinned up. But earlier that morning, I think because I was in a rush, I hadn't finished pinning up my hair, and so I had like the half up, half out style. Either way, there was some part of my hair that was exposed, and she saw it. So that's why she was complimenting me on my hair, and I guess this is what made her have to ask, you know. Um, to continue the story, you know, I was like, okay, thank you. And she was like, well, didn't you just cut your hair? And I'm like, yeah, it's actually been over a year. And I'm thinking in my head, it's been 17 months. Why would you ask me that now? Yeah, I cut my hair 17 months ago. That's like a year and a half, right? Is it not? It's like a year and a half. Okay. So I was like, yeah, over a year ago. And she's like, wow. She's like, it grows fast, huh? And I was like, yeah. And by this time, I'm thinking, okay, one, I'm hungry, and you're keeping me from my food, and two, you're about to say something that you're gonna regret. So, long story short, she says, wow, yeah, your hair, it grows really fast, huh? Uh huh. And she was like, is it all yours? Uh huh. Yeah, she did. And I was like, every strand. And she was like, oh, wow. Well, black girls must kill for your hair, huh? Y- yeah. Yeah, she did. And sometimes you wonder what people are thinking when they say certain things and why they say certain things and why they think it's okay to say certain things. And yes, it offends me. And yes, I have a right to be offended. I have a right to be offended because, ma'am, what you have just told me, in without really saying it, is that here's the order of the statement. Your hair looks really nice. It grows really fast. Is it all yours? So, what are you telling me? You're saying that, wow, in order for you as a black woman, because I'm white and of course I have nice hair because we just have nice hair. Oh my god. But because you're a black woman and you guys don't generally grow hair that nicely, um, I just have to assume that when it looks nice, it's not all yours. Really? Really? Um, I was so livid that I couldn't even respond the way that I wanted to, that I couldn't even respond the way that I should have. I didn't say that. I just looked at her and I was like, you know what? I really don't think so because, you know, everyone's hair is nice, especially in this office. What do you say to stuff like that? I was like, no, I doubt it. No, thanks. Anyway, all right. Can I get into the kitchen? I'm hungry. You know? So I'm really trying to be calm here. I'm trying to maintain my professional calmness, like I did that day. You'd be proud of me. I was calm. But I really, ladies, there is a certain etiquette that goes in life in general. There's please, there's thank you, there's may I. And that is already endangered. That is almost, those three words are almost extinct species because you don't hear them a lot. Etiquette. I don't remember a time when I was younger that people ever walked up to a woman, any woman. It's bad when it's a black woman. It's not good when it's Hispanic or a white woman or an Asian woman because we automatically assume that white, Hispanic, Asian women are going to just have that beautiful, nice hair. When we're not assuming, even we do it to each other, ladies, and don't even pretend that we don't. We see a young black woman walking down the street and she's got hair down to her waist and it's really pretty or up in a ponytail or up in a bun and we're like, wow, her is really nice. I bet it's a weave. That's not her real hair. That ain't her real hair. She wearing a wig. That's a lace front. Right? Right? I'm not lying. I'm not. So, I think that there's a stigma that even we're guilty of that black women can't have pretty hair. And it's really weird because the black women that I know, that I was raised around, that I grew up around, my mother, my sister, myself, my aunt, my grandmother, people in my family, my cousins, they all have beautiful hair. And it's their hair. So I think that that's probably one of the reasons I don't understand why it's okay to ask women, especially down here in the South, because it didn't happen in Europe. You're not doing that in Europe, and you're not doing that up north if that's your real hair. So the answer to the question is yes, it's my real hair, and it boggles my mind because It was even pinned up. So how dare you? You're asking me if it's my real hair and it's pinned up in some crazy looking bun? Really? The moral of this story, or I guess what I would like to leave with you ladies, is just don't do it. Don't ask a woman who might have a small belly if she's pregnant. Don't ask an older white lady if her breasts are real because they're perky. Don't ask a man what his shoe size is. That was good. You know it was good. And don't ask me if my hair is real because I don't care for it. All right? All right. Just saying. Read my blog. I'll go into it a little more in detail because, as I said, I'm a better writer than I am in front of the camera. But the people on YouTube that actually might not log on to my blog might get a kick out of this. And maybe you can share your own stories if somebody asked you if your hair was real or told you, your natural hair. You should straighten your hair. The same girl today, oh my God, today, because this happened before the holidays. Now, we're clear into January. Today, she comes up to me, and because my hair has been pinned up for so long, this little tiny piece that's out summons a lot of questions and curiosity in people, and I don't even understand it because it's just a bang. It's just a piece of hair. Same with this one. She reached out and she wanted to touch my hair because she was like, how do you get your hair to do that? Do what? Exactly. How do you get it to curl like that? I said my hair is naturally curly, sweetheart. It's naturally curly. It's always pinned up so you never see it. Oh, so it just does that automatically? I was like, I was like, yeah, it does. It really does. She's like, God, it's so gorgeous. Just can't believe the things that you guys can do with your hair. I was like, oh, okay. I'm going to my office. We're not doing this today. I've got a lot of work to do and we're going to my office. One day I'm going to educate her. But I fear that she's one of those people that she's just got this mindset about her, and this is the way she has been raised, and this is the way that she thinks. And I'm not sure that anything I tell her is going to change her mind. Do you know that I even went so far as to go through all my pictures and pictures of my mom when she was growing up? My dog just knocked my table. I'm sorry. Pictures of my mom when she was growing up, and she had this huge afro that she could blow dry or straighten or plait or twist, and her hair was like down to here. Pictures of my aunt who still has hair like down to here. Pictures of another lady that's not really related to us, but we consider her my aunt, who has hair down to here. Pictures of other women that we grew up around in Germany and in the West Indies that have hair down to here. I never really knew anything else, and it was normal for me, for Black women, West Indian women, women of color, to have really beautiful hair, because we do have really beautiful hair, especially when we take the time to take care of it, and especially when we take the time to learn our hair and to know what our hair likes and to moisturize our hair right and do all the things that we're supposed to do with our hair to maximize the growth potential. And then, people are really looking at us out the side of their eye like, girl, she wearing a half wig. If you don't laugh, you're going to cry or scream or punch somebody. Anyway, I'm going to sign off because this is long enough. Check out my blog, and thank you for completely humoring me tonight. I am a little bit sleepy, and I think I'm going to go to bed now, and I'm going to take my real naturally curly hair to bed. I think I'm going to do another post or another video about whatever style I decide to wear for my date. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful weekend, TGIF, OTGIF, and enjoy your weekend. And I will talk to you later.